Evictions and foreclosures are now happening, and it's not looking pretty. Hey everybody, Scott Walters, welcome to the channel. If you're new, I want to thank you for coming. If you're returning, I want to thank you for your continued support. Before we get into today's red hot topic, I'm going to politely ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Please watch to the end for my final thought and hit the bell icon so you're notified when new videos are released. It is very important to stay close to the channel in these very tricky times. All right, folks, welcome to the channel. It's always an honor and a privilege to be with you. I hope you're all doing great. Buckle up and strap in. I got a hard-hitting pull, no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows and sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. And friends, evictions and foreclosures are spiking. It should be no surprise that if you're new, please subscribe right away. There's never been a more important time in history to get forward-thinking, critical thinking, centered and surrounded with like-minded people. Not sugarcoating it, cutting through the chatter and the noise, bringing some clarity to actually what's going on out there. The biggest housing bubble ever recorded in world history is providing some blowback. Oh my gosh, what a shocker. Spoiler alert. Insanity to things that we continue to have to talk about here. Today we're going to take a look at it. I was just out on a walk around the neighborhood, right? Beautiful summertime. And I'm like, oh my God, not one on this one street, two on the same street. And I'm in the $1 million district. Stuff pushed out to the curb. People getting apparently evicted, maybe even foreclosed. I don't know. It's not my job to know. My job is to report on what's really going on in the world today. Oh, and it gets better. I mean, it gets way better. Then I'm walking through. This was kind of, an older neighborhood. Probably a lot of rentals. Then I get into one of our newer neighborhoods, just right there on next to this neighborhood, with their neighborhood watch signs with the alarming neighborhood watch program that they got going on. Insane what we got to talk about. So here's the deal, friends, as we cut through the noise and the chatter and continue to be forward thinking, critical thinking, ahead of the curve, acknowledging the elephant in the room. We got the housing market way too euphoric, and anytime that happens, it's at crash risk. A lot of people want to tell you this time is different. It's not. Well, actually it is. It is a lot different. It's worse. This one is much worse than the last financial bubble in crisis. Way worse. This was artificial market manipulation from the top down, and they are doing a lot of things right now to pay. I think this was almost a purposely orchestrated collapse of the financial systems. I mean, who would do this? Who would artificially stimulate the biggest asset class in the world, the U.S. housing market? You could have gotten away with stimulus programs, stimulus money, PPP, eviction bans, foreclosure bans, mortgage forbearance. Maybe you get away with some of those things. But when you dropped interest rates and made agents essential and pushed them, essential workers in a health crisis, and pushed them out to go sell, well, the inventory was stifled, people afraid to open their doors. What did you think would happen? Insane. If you're new, subscribe right away. Go watch previous videos. We've been very forward thinking here. We've predicted all of this. Congratulations to the people that have stuck through with this channel. It's been my honor and privilege to give it to you and give it to you straight. I'm going to continue to do that. I'm going to help most of you be able to navigate through this. Why? Because if you halfway expected it, you'll be less paralyzed by fear when it hits, because you've talked about it or heard somebody talk about it in the industry, not sugarcoating it, giving it to you and giving it to you straight. And you'll be more prepared mentally to navigate through this. So anyway, let's go ahead and run some footage for you guys today so you can see what I saw, which I found, shocking enough to pull out the camera and take a video of, and then we'll meet back here and wrap this one up. Let's get started. All right, friends, welcome to my walk, not too far from where I live. A nice neighborhood, a beautiful, quiet street, very pretty day out for sure, but unfortunately not a good look for the neighborhood when you have not only one house with all their possessions on the street, but two. And while this is a relatively expensive neighborhood, all over $1 million for these little homes on an older street, there is a brand new development neighboring it, and apparently they do not like what they are seeing. Their neighborhood watch sign is pretty brutal, to say the least. Have you guys seen this one in any of your neighborhoods? Let us know in the comment sections. Let's get back to the office and wrap this one up. So there you go. Not a good look for the housing market, in my opinion. This is the most euphoric housing market ever produced in history, and it's just all out of whack. I don't care what's going on here, if it's a eviction or whatever the case may be. This is not a good look for the industry. People are rushing. You know what? It could have happened here. Somebody just got, I get these calls constantly. We need a rental. Our landlord wants to sell. That could be the case here. I don't know. Typically, you don't push all your stuff out to the curb if you're moving. That's usually a sign of like an eviction. Something happened. It was kind of strange that both the houses, like on two sides of the street, experienced the same thing, but insane to me. I just don't know, what else I can do to ring the bell and sound the alarm and raise awareness and let people know this thing is having a blowback in a big, big way. You need to buckle up, strap in, understand what's going on, acknowledge the elephant in the room. The housing market is displaying some massive cracks. This is happening in cities. I know you're seeing it. I've seen your emails, texts, comments. I see it all. If you're new, please comment. Get involved with the comment section. We are doing our best to stay standard and surrounded and not drink the Kool-Aid in the biggest bubble. I'm going to help everybody. If you just bought in the bubble and you start to get a little worried, we're going to talk about some of the things. And there's some crazy thing. I mean, I'm halfway scared myself to report on some of the things we're going to have to talk about. But I know it's very, very important. So I'll continue to just put on my best attitude, my smiling face, and come to you and give it to you straight. And final thoughts. I come to you as a friend, as a content creator. Somebody wants to see not only win in real estate, win in life. Understanding the biggest housing bubble ever produced artificially in world history might have blowback. We looked at some blowback today. This is not the sign of a market that's in good health. This thing got way too euphoric. Artificial growth. It can't sustain itself. It's going to provide blowback, and we're seeing that. Tail end of a pandemic, front end of a recession. Real estate is a lagging indicator, and we are going to start to see this thing play out in real time. It becomes either a race to the bottom or a slow motion crash, because we're in basically a risen interest rate environment. And with runaway inflation, we've created the two-headed monster, and the government does not know how to put this one back in the cage. It is at massive, I hate to say it, crash risk. This one's at crash risk. So buckle up, strap in, and understand the waters that you're swimming in. If you appreciate the content, I do want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Social media links are in the description of this video if you'd like to contact me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you're interested in buying or selling real estate here in America, there's an email in the description for you as well. I have a network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you. If you're watching from your television set today and you like this video, I think you're going to love the next one, and there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. Please take a look at all the companies that sponsor this channel. Affiliate links in the description below. And as always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. I will see you on the next video.